What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be recapping the New York Giants 2022 season, as last night it finally came to an unfortunate close at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, this is all what we don't want. We don't want to be heading home while Philadelphia gets to continue on, but obviously every exciting ride has to come to an end, and the Giants beyond exceeded expectations. I mean, there is no question about it. And I think if anybody questions that, they are out of their mind. I mean, the Giants were a team that were supposed to not even make the playoffs, not even be close. They were supposed to have a top 5 pick in the draft, and they proved everyone wrong. And it started off from the first game of the year. I mean, it was a really, really good game, that Tennessee game, and Brian Daboll set the tone. Our rookie head coach came in and he put his foot down and he made the right decision. He went for 2. He basically told his guys, we're going to be aggressive. This is the new, this is the new. This is the new way, and this is how we're gonna be here. He said we're gonna be aggressive, and I believe and I trust in you guys. I think you guys can get this, and the Giants got it, and they went on to win. So they started off 2-0. They had a hiccup against Dallas in that whiteout game, but then they had 4 tremendous wins in a row. I mean, the Bears game was. I think if we played the Bears the last week of the year, we'd probably kill them by 3 touchdowns, but. Obviously early in the year we were still kind of building chemistry, and we beat them. We beat them by 8, but we beat them. Then we had 3 signature wins against 3 good teams. Obviously Green Bay, that London game. We beat a Green Bay team who, at the time coming into the game, they were 3-1. They had a lot going for them. And we were able to go out there and have a huge comeback win. The Giants were down in that game. We were down at halftime. We were down 20-10. We were down 20 to, I believe, almost 20-3 at some point. We really had a great game that time. The Ravens game, again, another crazy game. They were a good team, with Lamar. Not any injuries. They were up. I think it was 20-13 or 20-10. And the Giants were able to make a comeback in that game, improve to 5-1. And then we had that game against Jacksonville, who, I mean, they made it to the divisional round as well. We beat them on the road, so it was a really, really good season for the Giants, no question about it. The Giants, not only did they win games, but they did it with a culture that, not a lot of teams can build. And with what we had, I mean, it was obviously with what we had, I don't think any other team or any other coach could, get that out of our team. I mean, you take a look at our football team, what we had. Receivers that were not good. They were practice squad receivers on any other team, but we were able to overcome a lot. And I think that goes to show you how well coached we are and how bright our future is. But I'll have a video on our future. Probably this week in the coming days. I'll have a lot of content out. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be tons of content in all 4 major sports, even soccer, if there's need for a video. But, looking at what this Giants team, did, like I said, with what we had was tremendous. And that shows you Brian Daboll, how good he is. I think he should be the coach of the year. But, again, that's another video for another day about Brian Daboll, because we have our coach. There's no question about that. But statistics-wise, Jones had a good year. There's no question about it, and I think that's why, ultimately, he should be coming back. And stat-wise, it doesn't look amazing off paper, but better than 67% completion percentage, QB rating of 92.5. Of course, he had 3,205 yards, over 200 yards per game on average, 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He was great, and he played 16 games. He was healthy throughout the year. That's all you could ask for from Jones. The situation we were in, perfect from Daniel Jones. And that's what we have to look forward to. Hopefully, we're able to lock him up and re-sign him. Then looking at the Russian, Saquon, the guy was phenomenal. There's no other way of putting it. He had almost 1,700 total yards, 1,312 on the ground, 10 touchdowns on the ground. He never lost a fumble. He averaged 82 yards a game on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry. He had 57 catches for 338 yards. He was tremendous in every aspect of the game. Jones, in terms of rushing, he had 7 rushing touchdowns and 708 yards rushing. He was great, Jones. He had 4,000 total yards this year, so that's very good for Daniel Jones. He had almost 45 yards rushing per game. So rushing and passing, he had 245 a game. Matt Breida, when he was called upon, he was good as well. He had 54 rushes for 220 yards. Brightwell, again, these are guys that didn't get too many attempts to rush, but when they did, they were pretty good. The Giants, every Giant running back averaged at least 4 yards per carry. So that is very good. And then looking at the receivers, there's nobody eye-popping really. But there are guys, realistically, our whole wide receiving core is a free agent except for Hodgins and Robinson, Robinson I would expect to be back for the start of the year, week 1. He said actually today that he expects to be back week 1. So hopefully we can get him back week 1. He was good. I thought when he played, he averaged about 40 yards a game. So in a scheme where we really didn't use him sometimes because he was a rookie. So those are good numbers for him. Slayton was good. I mean, obviously he had the 724 yards. He averaged almost 16 yards per reception. So he was good, obviously, in that aspect. But then, of course, he had the 2 touchdowns. He had a couple big plays. Hodgins and James, they were good as well. They didn't get a whole, at least for Hodgins. He got here, I think, in November, so he missed the first 2 months of the year, and he still had good production. If he played the full 17 game season, he would have had 750 yards. He had 4 touchdowns in the short amount of time he played. He was good. He was really good. And then, of course, Richie James, who's a free agent. I don't know if the Giants will bring him back. It'll be interesting to see how they, approach free agency with the money they have to spend. But Richie James was good as well. I mean, he caught for almost 600 yards. He had 4 touchdowns as well. There was a lot to be proud of and to look forward to with this football team. I think they were really good. And then defensively, we had a bunch of guys break out. Of course, the main one being Dexter Lawrence. He was sensational this year. He had 7.5 sacks, so that's not a crazy number. But if you look what he was able to do, I mean, he was sensational. I mean, the guy was in every single play. That was good to see. Julian Love was really good for us. Adoree Jackson got hurt, but he was key. Pinnock was good. When he played. Jihad Ward was pretty good too. He's an interesting guy because I think he really plays well in the Wink Martindale defense, so he was pretty good as well. Leonard Williams had a step back, but he's still Leonard Williams. He stopped the run. He's a good player. And then, of course, our edge rushers. I mean, how could you forget about them? I mean, they both battled injuries all year. Azeez and Kayvon. I mean, Azeez especially. The guy played in 6 games, and he had 5.5 sacks. He has got a really bright future. Hopefully he's able to stay on the field. And then Kayvon had 4 sacks in 14 games. And I feel like he should have had a lot more. He had a strip sack fumble for a touchdown, that scoop and score. He was way better than the numbers, tell. He was just great. I mean, Kayvon was held. He was held every single play of the season. Honest to God, I think every time you watch tape or watch, you zero in on Kayvon Thibodeau, he was being held every single play. It is unbelievable. He got no holding calls. So he had a great rookie year. But overall, this Giants season was a complete success. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think, this team was not supposed to win 9 games, 9-7-1. That was not supposed to happen. We're not even supposed to win a playoff game. We weren't even supposed to be there. The fact that we were able to, win a playoff game, with the team that we had. And honestly, if the Giants play their starters in that last week against the Eagles, they probably win that game. With their third stringers, they lost by 6. So we were 9-6-1 with the starters this year. And we won a playoff game, on the road in a real tough environment against a 13-win team, and we lost in the playoffs in a game that we should have lost. I mean, we were 10-point underdogs going in, against the best team in the conference, one of the best rosters in the NFL. They had all kinds of rest. Their quarterback, he was really well rested. And it was a game that they had to win. They absolutely had to win. We had nothing to lose in that football game. And that goes to show you how good of a coach Brian Daboll and his coaching staff is and how well of a job they did. This Giants team has lots to be proud of, and as a fan, I'm excited. I'm disappointed. The day after a loss in the playoffs, you're not going to be happy, but looking at the bigger picture, I'm really happy as a Giants fan. I mean, this process is 2 years quicker than we all thought it would be. So there's a lot to look forward to here in Giants land, and we will be among the best teams in the league very, very soon, maybe even next year. But the Giants, we have lots to be proud of, and I'm excited about our future. But guys, you let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on this season. We exceeded expectations, and I'm really happy and proud with this group. It was a great team. Hopefully we're able to keep most of the band together, especially this coaching staff. As today our coordinators are, there's a total of 4 head coaching interviews between the 2 of them today. So, hopefully there's no breakups there. Because this is a really special group, a good team. We exceeded expectations by far, and I'm really happy about it. There's lots to look forward to, like I said. But that is all I got in this video. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the season. I wanted to put a video like this recapping the whole year instead of, recapping last night's game because there wasn't really much to talk about. We got killed, and but that's okay. We have a long road ahead. We have a bright future for many years ahead, and I'm excited. So, you guys let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys on the next video. And let's go Giants.